I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into that space there. Right? That gives you the first half and the first full skull jawbones. After finishing my second skull, I slip stitched over to my last bit, which is the last half skull. I'm going to chain 4, put 2 double crochets, and we're going to do that awesome little technique. Pull up yarn, and then I'm going to chain 1, 2, and the third one I go through both of them. Okay, I turn. I'm going to chain 2, and into this second double crochet I'm going to put a single, and then I'm going to put 2 singles into the chain 4 space. I'm going to chain 2 and do my skull pattern as usual across this side. 2 singles into the chain 4 space, 1 single into the first double, chain 2, 1 single into the last double, and 2 singles into the chain 4 space. Then chain 2. And do that across your line. Alright, now I'm at my other half skull. I'll put the 2 singles into the chain 4 space. A single into that first double. Now I'm going to go into the top of this chain 3, and pull up a yarn. I'm going to chain 1, and then on the second chain I'm going to pull through both. I'm going to turn, and because this is where your nose area is right here, then I'm going to chain 3 and put that double crochet right in that space. Okay. Now I'm going to chain 4 and come over to this last single crochet and put a single crochet there. So what that gives me is my half skull, and I have that part between the eyes right there, and then I have a chain that I can crawl my border up. 2 singles around the chain 2 space, and a single into that first single crochet, and you start your pattern as you did your previous round. Alright, now I'm at my other half skull. It's a single crochet into that first single crochet, chain 4, then it's a double crochet into that space that you made right there, and then you're going to take your hook and you're going to put it through. As you can see, that first chain right there, it's right there with that line bracing the end of it. Put your hook through that, pull up your thread, and then you're going to do the chain 2. And then on the third chain, you're going to pull through both loops. To give you that border edging right there. I'm going to turn. I'm going to chain 2, so that works with my half double that I'm about to do. Remember, 4 half doubles in this chain 4 space, and then a single. Then you slip stitch these 4 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, and a single crochet into your next goal, along with 4 half doubles. And just continue your previous pattern across. Now at my last half skull, single crochet, 4 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I put my hook into the top of this chain 3, pull up the yarn and chain 1, and on the second chain pull through both loops. Okay. Gives you this, and see, right there again I had ended up chaining a little too many, but we'll correct that here. Right. I'm going to chain 1 and put a single across these first 2 half doubles, Okay, I'm going to chain 4. And put 4 singles across the center 4 half doubles here. Then chain 4 and continue that across. Now at my half skull, if you look at it, you can see that these 2 stitches right here are the ones we need to use. So 1 and 2. Alright. And now I'm going to chain is it 6? Turn and chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like we did with the very first skull, we're going to put a double crochet and a chain 1 to count as those 4 chains that you do normally. Then 4 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, then chain 4, and slip stitch around that space, and slip stitch the 4 singles, 3, 4, and into the chain space. Just repeat your pattern over again. Okay, now that we are at the end of those 3 skulls, I did the chain 4 and 4 double crochets. Now what I'm going to do in order to get this edging right here over here, I'm going to chain 1, do a double crochet, and then if I can find the edge here, at the top of this chain, double check. Okay, I just confused myself. I'm going to undo that double crochet and chain 1. I'm going to go ahead and do the chain 4 and slip stitch into that space, then slip stitch over 1, 2. Now I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn, and now I can start doing the nose area. So that's 2 singles in that chain 4 space. And that's going to be the slight difference, is that this side brings it up to the top of the jaw, while this side brings it up to the nose. Not too much of a difference, really, but it's there. So if you want, you go one less chain on this side, so that could be a chain 5, while you keep this as a chain 6, but that's totally up to you if you want to do that. I got those 2 singles and a single in the first double crochet, chain 2, single in the 4th double crochet, 2 singles in the chain 4 space, and chain 2. And you just continue your pattern across like you did with your previous. On my last skull of the row, remember that we did the double crochet and the chain 1 to count as our chain 4 right there. So make sure you count your double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and this is my 4th here. After my chain 2, I go ahead and put that in there. And then around that chain 1 space, put 2 single crochets, sorry. Like that. Again, turn and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and double crochet into that chain 2 nose space, chain 4, and single crochet to that last single crochet, 2 singles around the chain 2 space between the skulls, single in that first single crochet, chain 4, double crochet into the chain 2 nose space, chain 4, single crochet into the last single crochet of the skull. And just repeat your pattern across. Two singles, 1 single, that first one, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, double crochet into the chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and a single crochet into that last single crochet, and turn. Just like the first row, chain 1 and single crochet into the eye, 4 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, into second eye, 1, 2, 3, 4 half doubles, and a single. and slip stitch those 4 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, and work your pattern across. Now after finishing these skulls, and turn it and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then single crochet across the center 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, then chain 4, 3, 4, and do that across. So this is the exact same thing you did with your very first row. So from here then you can just repeat the pattern however many times you need to get your scarf to the appropriate length, or as my sample, it could be used as a pot holder or whatever you want to do with it. Two, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now remember that the main number for this pattern is 8. You do in multiples of 8. So you have the 4 and 4 for each skull. And when you do the border edging, you do 4 here and 4 right here. And then for this, if you skip the nose, then you'll have 3 right here, 3 right here, and 2 right here. So each skull is 8 stitches long. And then you have the 4 for the skull, 4 for the space, and that's your 8. So that helps keep it in an even pattern, which is how I was able to do a shell bordering that only each shell takes up 4 stitches. So you keep that in mind, or you can expand your bordering in order to give you more stitches, any way you want to do it. So if you want to go straight into edging after doing this part, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it so it makes it easier. Chain 1. I'm going to go ahead and put single crochets all around. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Keep getting yarn snagged. 4, and then the space between, 1, 2, 3, 4, next skull, 1, 2, 3, 4, border, 1, 2, 3, 4, one, 2, 3, 4, and what I'm actually going to do here, which I'll do the other 2 over here, is since that gives me 2 over here, then it will give me 2 over here, and that'll be my 4 added. So I guess you say since you do multiples of 8, then it's also multiples of 4. So I'm going to put 1 and 2, and because it's a corner, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. Okay. Now remember I said that this right here and this right here would give you your 8. So I'm go ahead and put 4 stitches along each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and stretch it down to this loop right here to give me 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And remember what I said about these half skulls. You got 2 right here with the half doubles. Three with the eye area. 1, 2, 3, and 3 with the teeth. Make sure you just grab your chains. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then again, with the skull, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to this loop here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then chain 2 for the corner. And we're going to do the same thing there that we did up here and put 2 bordering the skulls on each side. So 1 and 2. Then at the base of each double crochet, So that's 4 altogether. 1, 2,